2019. The West Mifflin Area School District regular board meeting is held in the West Mifflin Borough Building, Council Chambers, 1020 Lebanon Road, West Mifflin, PA. Meeting to begin at 7:23. Again, we apologize for the delay. We were having to handle some business in the back. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Ahern. Here. Alexandrov. Here. Zelick.
Here.
Glad.
Here.
Kovac. Marshall.
Here.
White.
Here.
Estelnik.
Here.
DeSenza. Here. Presentations.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to start with 2B. Congratulations to the middle school students of the month for October and November. A total of 21 students in grades 6 through 8 are selected each month and receive a lunch courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. The following students were chosen as the top 3 students for October and November. Okay. Aiden Catterall. Leanne Barone. Timothy Wilasik. Caden Wills. Mariah Lewis. And Mackenzie Kokenheimer.
I just want to say a few words. It's great to see all of my elementary kids that I had here also. And then also some of these students were also my elementary students. So it's great to see them growing and showing some success in their academics. And their will and determination is just wonderful. And these are our top-notch students. And these are our future. And be proud. Show them how proud you are of them. Yeah. I got to do my Facebook. I just learned how to do it.
Thank you very much. Presentation C. Evansville Elementary School is recognizing positive behavior by awarding students copying good with a B as part of their PBIS, Positive Behavior Intervention and Sports Program. Congratulations to the top winners in each grade level, earning the title of King or Queen Bee for the month of October. Cameron Clark. Logan Forstopper.
Good job, Tyler. Taking care of your brother.
Jace Jasko. Steve Mitrick. Aiden Steele. Cora Dinosky. Elijah Thompson. Parker Price. You, Parker?
Parker, come on up, honey. Parker.
T. Chills. Kevin Eason. Maxim Ernst. Timothy Rush. That concludes
Okay.
Bill King and Queen Bee.
King and Queen Bees. Good job.
All right, last one. Claire Barton Elementary School. Claire Barton Elementary School is recognizing outstanding students in both social and academic settings through the Terrific Titan Award. The Terrific Titan Award is a grade level award voted upon by the Claire Barton staff for students who have displayed the utmost respect, responsibility, and readiness to learn each month. The three qualities or characteristics developed through their positive behavior intervention support program. Congratulations to the Terrific Titans for the months of September and October. Carmela Harlicker. Blaze Charles. Jacob Black. Riley Collins. Cora Ross. Kaylee Banizak. CJ Brandner. Gabby White.
Outstanding students. They're going to make us proud for many years to come. As long as they keep working hard and doing what they're doing, you guys are going to be great. Keep it up, guys. Good job.
Thank you very much for everybody coming out. Congratulations. One more round of applause. Next we have presentation.
Yep.
Presentation of our favorite animals book to the board of directors. Third grade students. This is Jamie Smith's classroom. Wrote and illustrated the class book. Some of the students and Mrs. Smith would like to present a copy of the book to the board of directors. Mrs. Smith, are you present?
No, she had it.
Oh,
So I'm gonna, I have my students here. Okay?
okay. Tell me.
Come on in here, okay? Yeah, come on in. Right in the middle.
You're doing good. Doing good.
Is Eduardo here? No? Okay, let's be too big of a crowd. Couldn't get in. These are two of Mrs. Smith's students who participated in writing and illustrating their own book. The entire third grade Mrs. Smith's class illustrated and wrote about their favorite animal. And they're here today to honor the school board. So what I want you to do, this is Tyler Mahone and Olivia Gabron. Now, we'll start with the ladies first. Okay, you can show, do you want to read your story? Okay, show your picture. Okay, real high. Everybody, she drew that. Okay, hold on. Go.
My favorite animal is a panda.
That's really be a unicorn.
Go ahead with the story.
I like pandas because they eat bamboo. They are white and black. Pandas live in the jungle. That's why pandas are my favorite.
Nice. Okay, Mrs. Mahone, where are you? You're gonna have to vouch for you on this one. Tyler doesn't need a microphone. This is Tyler's picture and his story. Okay, Tyler, go for it, man.
My favorite animal is a tiger. I like tigers because they are cute. They are also big and have black and orange stripes. Tigers make me laugh because they fight. That's why tigers are my favorite animal.
Well, let's get a baton from Mr. DeCenza. Okay, now let me ask you to share.
Thanks, guys. We're gonna order a book off you
Thank you very much.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
All right, next we go to Station A. Presentation A. Congratulations to Ms. Angelic for being recognized by the Pennsylvania School Board Association for achieving 8 years of service on our local school board. The honor roll of school board service those individuals who exemplify leadership and statesmanship, giving unselfishly of their time and talents for the future of our public schools, and putting something back into the local communities through the guidance of the educational community. Congratulations again.
I just want to say thank you for all the taxpayers who voted for confidence in me. I don't need to be on your board, and good luck to the
Kovac, who's not here with us this evening, but he used to say, being a school board member is not necessarily a very easy job at times. It can be very frustrating, very thankless. Every once in a while, you get a little reward and thanks for something that's positive and good, or told you is positive and good. I can tell you that I really believe that over the last 8 years of duty for Janice and Steve, it's really an honor getting to know them and just their care and concern for the district. And I appreciate the support that you've given to me. So again, I want to thank you for your service and, there's going to be a gentleman that's going to be leading us here. This is his official final voting meeting after 17 years of service in this district. And, well, he has one more, it's a reward, but that's a little bit different than the voting meeting, what we've been through here over the years. But needless to say, I've known Dennis for 15 out of the 17, I believe, and really over the last probably 3 or 4, I think I've developed a very close friendship with him just because of some of the things that are going on in the district. I personally will really miss him. He has given me a lot of insight to things that kind of go on within the district and over the years, and I really can't express that. I truly believe this district is going to miss having Dennis Smaller as their business manager. So on behalf of the school board and the central office and the West Mifflin Area School District, we have a little token of our appreciation. And again, I can't begin to tell you how much I miss you.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank first the citizens of West Mifflin. They're giving me the honor and privilege of serving them. I also want to thank the board of directors of this board. I also see some former board members out there. Thank you for your confidence you've had in me all these years. The administration, you guys are the best. Good luck to Joe Esper. Good luck to Jeff. Sandy, we go back all the way to the beginning. Best staff we ever had. I saw Norma here. She's still here. There's Norma. But the best staff I've ever worked with. And then finally, I got to thank my family, but not with me all these years, because this has been a labor of love. And they've tolerated that. I can't thank you guys enough. My wife Janice is here. My son Michael, Nikki. I guess she's part of me. But I just want to. I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to publicly state to Mike how much babysitting you're going to be available for?
That concludes the presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Small. Hearing of the citizens' public comment. In order to speak at this time, the following must be met. Must be a West Mifflin, Whitaker, or Duquesne resident. Matters must have been discussed through the proper education channels. Direct comments to the board president and/or superintendent. Remarks limited to 3 minutes per.
Phil Shark, 300 Lewis Run Road. Thank you. I thought you two were absolutely great board members. I thought you did an outstanding job. I thought you were knowledgeable. And I thought you always did your homework for me. You were honest. I think that's a great characteristic for a school board member. So I personally thank you. You're great to work with. West Mifflin's going to miss you. Denny, you're retired. Denny, the best of luck. You did a great job here. I enjoyed working with you. And I'll give you a hint. Retirement's great. Okay? And Mr. Esper, our new business manager. Good luck. I wish you the best. And I really think you're going to do a great job. I really do. I'm very happy with your hire. And I think that's all about one little thing, in case you're interested. The Duque lawsuit just passed $5 million. Okay? Thank you.
Ms. Gregory?
You never thought you'd see me up here. All the years I had to wait to retire so I could do this. So be patient. I've sat here for over 25 years.
Just take your address.
Bart Gregory, 666 Devaldo Drive.
That's a lot, yes.
I've sat here for over 25 years at these meetings, in the district for years, and never really felt like I'd say anything before, so now I just have several comments I'd like to make. First, I would like to thank the board members who are leaving. Judy, they're going to miss you so much not being on the consortium board. It's a loss for them and it's a loss for us. I also appreciate you and Janice always asking questions, as Phil said, doing your homework, asking questions, not letting things just get by, always raising those questions, trying to keep track of the spending and things. And I understand how frustrated you were when you didn't always get information to all the board members. Mr. Smart, thanks for all of your years of dedicated service. I will miss coming here and talking to you. And I know you didn't really want to leave. I know you wanted to wait till the end of the year. So I would have to ask, who didn't want you to stay? It's just what's in my head. I hope it wasn't a money issue because I watched the way the district spends money and it makes me very nervous. We clearly don't have a problem spending it, especially if it's for sports. We spent $400,000 on a scoreboard that has just upset students, parents, and the neighbors. We spent $34,000 for a newsletter that can't even be grammatically correct. And what that does to a teacher doesn't say much for the district for that to be out there in the public. I wonder again, does somebody have a connection to that newsletter? The board brags about all these things that we're getting done without raising taxes. But nobody bothers to follow that up with the $10 million in loans that are out there that have to be paid back after we pay all the other loans back. So I'm just very worried about the future of our district, financially and otherwise. When I started in the district, there were 2 high schools, a middle school, a junior high, and 8 elementary buildings. We're down to 4 buildings for the whole district. It makes me nervous. I lived through the $1 million of debt that we had. I watched all the teacher layoffs, and I hope that we're not headed there again. I understand that some of the outside influences are out of your control, like the 200 plus homes we're going to lose because of the turnpike coming in, a loss of taxes again. So I would just ask that we be really careful and watchful with our spending before the next meeting you're going to be telling us you're raising the taxes. My last comment is about outsourcing the IT department. Again, I've worked with those guys for years, and they did a tremendous job. It really saddens me to see that this is happening. I hope this is not a personal vendetta against somebody in the department, or that somebody has a friend who needs a job, because I don't think that's in the best interest of the district. I hope that the newly elected school board members will proceed cautiously and ask questions, and won't just be yes votes for the majority because they're new and they might think, oh, these guys know everything. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for your service, and I hope everybody has a nice holiday.
Mrs. Stinesek?
Diane Stemesic, 2803 Money Lane Extension. I personally like to thank Janice and Judy and Dennis for their service to this district. I would say while they were on board, they asked the most questions and have done their due diligence. There was an article in the paper today, I think it's called the Mon Valley, Independent or something like that, about a school board member on Elizabeth Township that did not go up for reelection. And one of his comments was to new board members were to show up at the meetings, ask questions, do your due diligence. Don't go on the word of other people that this is what it is, because it may not be. And that has always irked me when I come to these work sessions, and generally, those two women ask the most questions. So, since I haven't been here for a couple months, I have a few questions for you folks. Okay, a while back, I asked a question about the subcontractors for ADM having the appropriate clearances. Word got to me about a couple of their employees that have felony convictions. If that is true, you guys better do something about it, because you fired somebody as one of their causes for discharge. The bullying situation doesn't seem to be getting any better, the fighting that's going on, and what do the school police actually do when they're there? Because I drove up one day and there was nobody in the booth to ask me what my business was to be there. I proceeded through the parking lot, went down to the middle school, made a right-hand turn, went down over the hill where the ball fields are. Again, nobody stopped me. There were a ton of students out there, obviously for gym or something. Again, nobody came out and asked me what I was doing there. Now, what if I was a mass murderer? I could have knocked off a ton of kids that day. Where is the police department and what are they doing? Because apparently from I'm hearing, they sit in the office. They should be going around the building constantly during the day and get something for them to punch in that they were at that site checking things. That's a disgrace. It's a true disgrace. We've come to that. Okay, another thing that came to my attention, and I tried to call the AD and ask about it, was that the locker rooms were trashed after apparently a football game. 4 days have gone by. He's not returned my phone call. What are we paying him for? He's the AD and the facility manager, I guess, with his new title and his raise. He doesn't return phone calls. What is he doing? The other thing I'd like to know is, were you guys, did somebody, I'm talking to you, Dr. Hoover, it was requested for employees, don't even give me that because Mr. Uhas has stood up here longer, that they've asked for the passwords.
I'm just letting you know, Mrs. Vanessa. I've never once interrupted you.
Right.
So I'm just letting you know that you're approaching 4 minutes now.
Well, that's good because other people have stood up here.
Okay, you just wasted 15 seconds.
People have told me that this administration gave out the passwords of the employees. If that is true, then you've got a lot of HIPAA violations.
I wouldn't even know the passwords anybody has.
Apparently, they said you gave the okay.
Okay.
What's the update on that 5013C and all the businesses that, let me finish, that said that they were going to support?
Now we're gonna move on. Yeah, now we're gonna move on.
Now I'm done, of course, because you have no answers to my questions. Or please do answer my questions.
Please have a seat.
You gonna answer my questions? Yes, you better answer the questions. Well, that's what somebody said at the front of the deli counter in Giant Eagle. Told an employee, and the person was Tiffany.
I verified them as well.
Well, that employee said it.
Oh, sorry,
block your camera there, bud.
Mark, you hot on business that's broken.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
I'm sure we could hear you.
I'm sure we can hear you, Mr. U.S.
Okay, I'll speak loud. Right there, what I come to talk about, right there, what we saw and
Address?
heard. I didn't interrupt.
Oh, can you please state your address?
Oh, 1016 Dana Drive. Thank you. You know, too much of this were people on this, in this board for many years. I've been coming here a couple of years, pretty much on every meeting. People leak out information, people leak out stuff to the public. There's not complete knowledge, it doesn't have all the facts. But when I come here to address this board about tonight, I had an issue a couple of weeks ago that in our school about a young man, and this is who was, and I'm not going to personnel things, I just want to say something, so I won't be stopped by Dr. Hoover. A young man was, being, we were hearing an investigation, we had a kid that was ineligible from one of our athletic programs. And the bottom line is this. That's not what my gripe is about. My gripe is all of a sudden there were some school board members that went on social media and started blasting our athletic director and started blasting our football coach for this kid being ineligible. Instead of doing your homework and looking into it, try to find out where the leak came from, where that was reported from, number one, because basically where you should be angry at is in our guidance office, where the transcripts come into. And you want to sit there and smile about it, okay?
Yes.
It's where the transcripts come into, who leaked it out to a media representative, who then forwarded it off to the Whitfield representative. You know, who is a teacher in our school and has a wife that works in the guidance office.
We're not.
All right, what I'm trying to say is this. What I'm trying to say is, instead of you bashing people without the proper information, you should look into see where our problems are. That's what you should be doing.
We're not gonna talk about the WJA.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in our school and how stuff got.
We don't have anything constructive education or for business, then we're not gonna go into allegations.
But what I'm saying is, why should people be out there in social media getting on or accusing
That's not
certain
a
people?
problem that this board can solve. I mean, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's part of the problem that goes on in our district. Thank you.
Mr. Gladden?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Candace. Okay. Jay wants.
Jay wants to speak.
You want to do that? Okay.
Mr. Gunatelecki?
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of my class.
You're gonna check our time.
No, my time. Honorable Mr. President and honorable school board members, I'm really gonna miss Miss Judy and Miss Janice. Thank you for your service. And Mr. Seema, I'm really gonna miss you. I didn't know you're gonna retire today. We should have the this. But anyway, thank you very much for service. We debate a lot about the finance and everything. I'm not gonna take anyone's time. I know some of things are really bad happening. I school board for 400,000. Everyone, I'm not gonna take their comment. I really appreciate it's a hard work to be a school board member. I don't care what you are. He's come here and say it's a lot of hard work, but sometimes I know you get pulled by the party big to do some stuff. But I really appreciate your work. And Mr. Simo, we're gonna miss you. And I'm hoping to work with Mr. Sefa, yeah. And good luck to you. And the rest of you all have a great Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. And again, I was looking at this bill. I don't know why this bill that attorney, your boss, they always $10,000. And it's like $120,000 plus litigation. Right now it's 9,000.
Yeah, that's their requirement.
Yeah, okay, all right. Thank you very much. You guys have a great one. Thank you.
Mrs. Gladden?
Ms. Gladden, I just want to put on the record that you would speak as a citizen, giving up your certain rights and protections as a school board member.
My certain rights as,
A school board
and what rights are those?
certain rights and protections.
What protections?
Told you that if you speak out there and if there would be any kind of you are no longer acting as a board member, you're not covered under the insurances or protections of a school board member. You're acting as a private citizen.
Okay, is somebody gonna hit me while I'm out here?
No, I have to advise you.
Do I need insurance?
Executive.
No, we're thrilled. Janice Gladden, 3226 Virginia Avenue. Tonight is my last public meeting as a West Mifflin area school director. I started this journey in 2015 when I was asked by members of this community to run for school director, as they believed I could contribute and make a difference. I accepted their request as I was raised to believe that we each are called to service on behalf of others. So I thank the voters of West Mifflin for your trust and for giving me the opportunity to serve our school district, families, and children. They are all our children and our future, and their success is our duty. I decided to speak tonight from this microphone because during these 4 years, I have also been a resident, taxpayer, and the grandmother of West Mifflin students. And as I return to this singular role, I wanted you that sit in those seats to know that you have sworn an oath to do what is best and right for this school district. Over the last 4 years, I have learned that the reputation of our school district has been compromised and smeared by people with personal and political motives. Although I did not realize it at the same time I was being enlisted to run, so were many of you, but some for purposes other than service to our community, personal and political purposes. On Monday, November 11th, during a contentious email discussion regarding our most recent scandal that is in the news and all over Facebook, Nick Alexandroff wrote to me, to Mrs. Anzelic and me. You two have one meeting
Ms.
left.
Bynum, I'm gonna stop the time, but I'm just gonna advise you still as your solicitor that you're going to speak about private executive session that dealt with personnel and dealt with students.
I'm
that
not
that
even
is-
gonna talk about
Come on, wait.
this. I'm not gonna
That's
talk
okay,
about students.
I'm required to advise you.
That's fine, thank you. You two have one meeting left. You're both done. Bob, Nick. Nick did not want or appreciate our input regarding this matter because we did not agree with him. I responded, yes, hopefully the new members will come equipped with courage, integrity, and good sense. Otherwise, this district is going down in flames. Always needing to have the last word, no matter how ill advised, Nick came back with, Janice, what have you really done to make this school district better for the last 4 years? Nothing, Nick. I have to admit that Nick was partly right. My first 2 years on the board, this school district was mired in a misinformation campaign that began in 2014 to denigrate Dr. Castagna and every positive effort attempted between 2015 and 2017. Initially, anonymous false allegations were made to the Auditor General, Attorney General, and even District Attorney that embroiled the district in numerous audits and investigations. This is public
We are
record.
in the middle of a litigation and you've been advised you can't release.
This is public record. I'm not discussing the
I'm
litigation.
just protecting.
You're connecting dots, but this is public record that precedes your
I
time
have
on
to just
board.
advise you that you are still current board member, we're currently in litigation with Dr. Steph. That's all. You can proceed.
That's the only
I just
mention
have-
of Dr. Castagna's name. This, what I'm discussing now,
You just
does
say
not
Dr. Castagna.
go
So
direct-
That's why I'm going. That's why
because that's where it started. I started with Dr.
I'm not
Castagna.
going, I'm just giving you legal advice and warning. That's, I have to do that.
I heard it the first time. That embroiled the district in numerous audits and investigations and public scrutiny. It was later discovered that directors Aaron White and Gina Cato were the source of these allegations. Simultaneously, the district's efforts to obtain basic education funds owed to the district by the Duquesne School District were being undercut by most of the people on this board. Even after the lawsuit was won, the majority of this board continued to deny and downplay the importance of this win for the district. I am still stunned by your efforts that smeared this district for personal and political motives, including in the press and in social media, and resulted in the election of most of the 2017 board members. So again, Nick was partly right when he asked what I had done to make this school district better. Since the transition to the 2017 board,
I have been strategically omitted from committees that were responsible for the most critical decisions and actions. And my attempts to provide input, including objections and alternatives, were never taken into consideration. I was deliberately prevented from having much substantive input as this board majority had an agenda formulated in secret that they were committed to and wanted no roadblocks. The reputation of our school district is a valuable asset to be safeguarded. It is a school district's good reputation that attracts young parents to a community in which to raise their children. Bad press and bad decisions will turn families away. I also value and safeguard my personal reputation. This was not my first time on a board, but it was my first experience with a board majority that did not place the interest of the organization they served above their own interests. I realize that for many of you, this is your one real life accomplishment. It is clear to me that in your minds, the title of school director give you a degree of power and status you never accomplished in your personal lives. So, Nick, it was my goal to help make our school district better, as I was elected to do. I was prevented from doing that by you and this board majority. After reminding you in that email of the misguided, irresponsible, and even corrupt activities of this board majority, I am proud to say tonight, as I wrote to you on November 11th, at least I did no harm. So it is with mixed emotions that I end my term as a West Mifflin school director. And it is with all sincerity that I hope our new school directors are permitted to serve their school district with the integrity, knowledge, experience, and good sense that they will bring to this table. Thank you.
Excellent. They must get some pretty good parks in this district.
Board Secretary, Business Manager report.
Yes, Mr. President, we are on page 2, Board of Directors. I would respectfully ask for a motion to second item 5A, numbers 1 and 2.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Stoneman,
Second.
second by Mrs. Ahern. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Yes. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5B, Finance, numbers 1 through 5 on pages 2 and 3. I'd ask for a motion.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. White,
Second.
second by Mr. Marshall. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5C, Purchasing and Contracting, numbers 1 through 3 on page 3.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Marshall, second by Mr. Alexandrov. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Yes. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5D, number 1, the minutes for the meeting of October 24th, 2019.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Stone, second by Mrs. Ahern. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5E, reports, numbers 1 through 5 on pages 3 and over to page 4.
Have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Danzella, second by Mrs. White. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5F, refunds subtracted from expenditures on pages 4 and 5.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Danzella, second by Mr. Alexandrov. Any questions or comments?
We're on 5F, we're not on G, correct?
Right.
Right now, okay.
Roll call.
Ahern,
Yes.
Alexandra. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Castillo,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes.
Item 5G, invoices. This includes the P cards, numbers 1 through 5 on page 5.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Alexandro,
Second.
second by Mr. Marshall. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Mayor,
Yes.
Alexandra,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes to everything but no to 2C.
Cosenza.
Yes.
Mr. President, all those items were approved on an 8-0 vote, except 2C, which was approved on a 7-1 vote. Moving on to pages 5 and 6, I ask for a motion in a second for 5H, numbers 1 and 2.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Marshall,
Second.
second by Ms. Anselli. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra, Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
Cosenza.
Yes.
And so ends my report, Mr. President.
And are you signing off? Well, I appreciate your years of service to our district, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
District operations.
Yes, Mr. President, under district operations, I'm asking for a motion second approval for items A through D. The only one that is new from last week is letter D, where I'm asking the board to accept the proposal from AST Associates for financial consulting services, pending a solicitor's opinion and execution of the agreement. That happens to be Mr. Smart, who's going to be helping us as we make the transition to Mr. Esper in our business office.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Dayard, second by Mrs. Pistonik. Any questions or comments?
I just say that bringing Danny back is part of, I agree with Mr. Shar saying that Joe Esper's going to be successful. And Danny, thank you for everything you've done for Joe. He tells me all the time how much help you've provided, giving him almost a brain dump of all your knowledge. And thank you for being available after your retirement to come back and help Joe in any ways.
Appreciate that very much, and he's going to do a fine job.
Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra, Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
Cosenza.
Yes. Superintendent's report.
Yes, Mr. President, under superintendent's report, I'm asking for a motion and second approval for 7B1, which are the student activities, and 7C1, which are the building and ground permits.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Anselli,
Second.
second by Mrs. Ahern. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra, Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
Cosenza.
Yes. Board presidents, correspondence, there is none at this time. Professional personnel.
Yes, Mr. President, under professional personnel, I'm asking for a motion, second, and approval for 9A1 and 2, which are leaves of absences, and 9B1, which are resignations.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Marshall, second by Mrs. White. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra, Gonzalez,
Yes to everything except B1.
Gladden,
Yes. To everything except for B1.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
Cosenza.
Yes.
Mr. President, all the items except for B1 were approved on a 0 vote. B1 was approved on a 6-2 vote.
Non-certified personnel.
Yes, Mr. President, under non-certified personnel, I'm asking for a motion, second approval for 10A1 through 3, which are leaves of absence, 10B1, which is resignations, 10C1, which is retirements, and 10B1 through 6, which are hirings and transfers.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. White,
Second.
second by Mr. Marshall. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra, Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
Cosenza.
Yes. Take us over to substitutes.
Yes, Mr. President, under substitutes, I'm asking for a motion, second, and approval for 12A non-instructional applications and 12B, non-instructional substitutes.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Anselmo.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Abraham. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes. Conferences.
Yes, Mr. President, under conferences, I'm asking for a motion second approval for 13 days or the conferences as presented.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Marshall, second by Mrs. White. Questions, comments? Roll call.
Aaron,
Yes.
Alexandra,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Pistonik,
Yes.
DeSenza.
Yes. Executive session discussion, we discussed personnel, board reports.
I had a policy committee meeting. Seem to be voting on a lot of policy updates, and that's one thing that Debbie and Joe have been focusing on, getting our policies where they need to be. And we're voting on more updates as we go through the next couple of months.
Anybody else?
Mr. Smart,
Yes.
Mauer Boostel is going to present next month
It will be probably in January.
in January.
Not sure if they'll even be ready for the reorganization meeting on December 4th. And generally, we don't conduct that type of presentation.
Right, I thought they were coming in November, that's,
Well, we were hoping,
Yes.
but the AFR is done, the audit is a little bit more detailed, and that's why there's more requirements now than ever. And that's why we.
What about from a timeframe? Do we have to have a special meeting to follow all the governmental requirements?
Yeah, well, it just depends on the activity in the meeting on December 4th. Because as the board knows, by January 9th, you have to make a decision whether to approve a resolution that states that you will not raise taxes above the Act 1 limit or a preliminary budget. So if the resolution, for instance, is approved on December the 4th, if we have that on the agenda and that's approved, you won't have to have a special meeting. But if the board decides to approve a preliminary budget, you will, because there is no meeting between the 4th of December and January 9th. So it's possible. Mr. Esper and I have talked about that at length. That's something that we'll be talking about on December the 4th.
Anybody else?
Yes, I have, buildings and grounds. That committee met, I have a ton of information, but I'm gonna do the most important, I think. For Claire Barton, the high school, middle school, Homeville, and the stadium, the upgrade for the PA system is 95% complete for each of those buildings. And the infrastructure, the upgrade door prop alarms are 70% for each of those buildings, as well as the field house. And they're shooting to have the air conditioning ready by the end of summer for Homeville.
Thank you. Anybody else?
The Still Center meeting was held on Veterans Day. They had a dinner that was open for the public for veterans. It was very nice. Then we had our meeting afterwards. Everything there was going good.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, solicitor's report.
That's no report, but I'd be remiss if I let Mr. Smart go without saying, I'm one of the fortunate people that have known Mr. Smart most of my life. And not only did I get to work with him here, which means a lot to me, Mr. Smart, but I've watched him and his family sacrifice unconditionally their time and efforts in the community I live in. And they have been great role models to me and very kind to my family throughout my growing up and career. So I'm very honored to be here on your last day.
I appreciate that very much.
Chief of Police report.
I have a few items tonight, Mr. President. One, we started with the instruction on Alice, age-appropriate versions. I've completed an instruction from grades kindergarten through 12. There every student has had a version of Alice. We began conducting drills in our schools. Tomorrow we'll finish those drills with Homeville. We initiated the drills using the Blue Point system. We have a few things working out with it. When we come back from our break, we'll have it cut over on our PA system, so it'll be fully operational. And we will test it in the evening when there are no students in the school, just to make sure. And then later in the year, we'll do another drill at each school with the system. With that said, the Student Police Academy is really going well. They're booming. And we're looking at different bullying programs. StopBullying.gov is what we're exploring now. There are a lot of resources on that site, some PowerPoints, instruction, things like that. So once we find the right program, we're going to go ahead and launch that. That's all I have tonight. If there's any questions.
Any questions for the chief?
Is there gonna be something done at Emerson next week for some training or something, I understand?
I don't have anything scheduled there yet.
Joe had mentioned it to me yesterday. Said they were just.
We were moving furniture from the second floor down to the first floor on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, I don't know if it was part of the training they've been doing or not, okay. Nothing, chief.
Regarding the police academy,
Yes, ma'am.
students can sign up to enroll in that program. How often? Is it a limited time frame? Do the students stay in throughout their time in the middle school? Is it semester to semester? How are you?
So we're gonna do two classes. We'll finish up the class at somewhere around the break, and we'll start the second class. We're looking again to get a curriculum for the high school program also. We're looking at that. So with the success that we have, we're gonna try and get the second program up and running. Kind of to kick off the second half of our DARE program.
And how many kids are in the program?
Well, I know they had I was there the other night, and we had about 15 kids there. Pennsylvania State Police were there. I sat in on the meeting. It was really nice. A lot of good questions for the kids. They're learning a lot about the profession and law enforcement in general.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Good night.
Student Board Representative report.
We are receiving a mascot for our school. About Christmas time, we'll be getting it. Not so much for the seasons upcoming, but for years to come, we'll be using it. We're looking for auditions for students to do it. That's about the mascot. We're also doing season passes for the basketball season. If you buy one, you get to go to games for the boys and girls basketball games, and we're going to try and do one for the spring season as well. And we are still in the process of looking for new incentives for anti-bullying in our school.
What does the mascot look like?
I think it looks like a titan.
What's
I'm
it
trying to.
called?
I see a picture of it, but I can't remember exactly what it looks like. But yeah, it's like a big. I think. Yeah.
And I've heard that was done way in the past too, so you guys are bringing back something.
It should be coming soon.
Future Homemakers is doing a night out with Santa and friends. So it's going to be December 19th from 6 to 8. And it's going to be at the high school gym and cafeteria. So there'll be pictures of Santa, and you can do swimming, but you have to sign up for a certain swim time. And there'll be snacks, sing along, face painting, and a bunch of activities for the younger kids. And there's also going to be collecting for Toys for Tots. And then there's donations for the West Mifflin Dog Park that they're trying to do. And there will be a form on the district website. So Ms. Benisi, if you have any questions to ask her. And then there's a parade, the Homestead Parade, December 7th, that the marching band and homecoming court will be participating in.
Is there anything done like the high school tomorrow evening?
The Clue.
Clue. Sorry, what time does it start?
It starts at 7 and $5 for students and 10 for adults.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Old business. to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion. Meeting adjourned.
Sit down.